Well, it's Monday the 20th of January 2020 and it's Margaret back again from Emmy's Orchids, and what am I bringing you back for today? Well, while I just do a bit of prep work, I was watching Todd's video last evening where he had a Phaius tankervilliae, or villiae, from Maria Yonk, the MY Orchids channel. And so that prompted me this morning just to check mine. Now this is a terrestrial orchid and it's beautiful, and mine did do well. It doesn't like full sun, so I don't know how they go on in Florida, because of course it's a terrestrial orchid there, well anywhere, and of course it gets very hot there, and apparently it can grow as a weed. So here we go. Now, what's prompted me to come back today, I mean, I did have one or two leaves like that, can you see? And I thought I'd got, in actual fact that can come off in a minute, I thought I'd got spider mite, but on reflection it might have been too much sun. I think I got it too close to the grow lights. I'll check afterwards. So anyway, can you see these little specks here? And at first I thought it was humidity in the pot, you see, because the roots are well down and you can see it all here. And I was definitely sure it was humidity, but then on further inspection this morning, I think that's, can you see, I think this is mould spores. Look, even right up here. So what I thought I'd do is I'd unpot this. Now, when I first got this, let's have a look if I put a date on. August, no, I got it before August 19, I think that's what, oh there you are, November 18. Then I repotted it again in August 19. Okay, but I didn't repot it, I just, if you like, up-potted it from a smaller pot to this one. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to repot it. And I'm going to empty it out in here first. I might just bring it down slightly so you'll see. Maybe I just need to adjust the angle of the camera to bring it down. Now it's at the maximum, so I can't bring it down any further. I have to tighten it up now, otherwise I shall have it wobbling. Right, so let's just start to unpot it. I mean, it's got plenty of roots, and it's one of those that doesn't like to be wet, but it doesn't like to dry out, so it has been a bit of a challenge. To say the least. Well, let's just see if I can manoeuvre it out of this pot first. You'll hear noises upstairs because Keith's upstairs, and let's just see whether it'll come out without breaking roots. And there we are. Does it smell bad? Not particularly. So let's have a look. I can maybe bring you slightly forward. See if we can see if I squeeze that. There's no moisture in it. It's damp, but there's no actual retention of moisture. So let's have a look what's causing the problem. See, look at these roots, they're all good roots. So does like the media it's in, which I think has maybe been a little bit of bark, some perlite, and some African violet mix, because remember this is a terrestrial orchid, so this normally grows in the ground. So we have to give it slightly different conditions. And so what I thought I'd do this time is I'd leave the bark out, and I would replace the bark with a combination of different stones. In other words, lava rock, pumice, a little bit of pumice, and I've got some grow stones. I'm not going to put hydrogen balls in, mind you, it probably wouldn't do any harm. So let's just get rid of these little pieces of bark. And you see there, where it's starting to break down, that piece of bark. So let's just that's a piece of lava rock. Oh no, it isn't. So I think we're going to be fair. What I'm not going to do, of course, is wash this plant, because it's got all the good microbes in there. See, those two there have died. So let's just trim them two off, trim them back. They're now on him. You see, that's a nice new root. A bit like frags these are, and in the sense that the newest roots are a different colour. And let's see, gently does it. See if I can just untangle them a little tiny bit, because I just saw a root then, that one. You see that one? Now, what you have to do is go back to the source and see if you can find whether it links to another root. And that one links to another root just there, so I'm fine cutting that. Oh, I thought I was fine cutting that off. Didn't quite catch it, so let's have a look. There, you see, that's another root. That's not much good. Right. Let's see how we are under here now. So, see, that's a lovely, that one. It's a lovely nice growing tip. That one's a lovely nice growing tip. So this is the right time. It's coming up, well, in the grow room. I'll take you up in the grow room after, but it'll be a separate video. I mean, everything thinks it's definitely spring. It's because we've had such a mild winter. I mean, this is really, now whether we're going to pay for it like a few years ago when we had in March, when we had the beast from the east, I've no idea, but we've had no snow yet. Not that Crewe gets much snow, but I mean, outside at the moment, even the birds are starting to think it's spring. I mean, the first indicator for me that it's spring is the frogs visit. Well, there's no sign of frogs yet. So, and we've got frost these last few mornings. Right, I think that's going to do. I don't think I'm going to mess about with it. It looks all right. And it's quite a good root system, can you see? And then what I'm going to do now, well, that's what I do, you see. I go through all the old media, and I won't throw nothing away, especially if there's lava rock and such like in it. I pick it all out and boil it all up, get rid of any debris, and and then it's ready to use again. Okay, so we'll put that over here. We'll take this out now. Put that down there, and we'll bring you across. Are you still in vision? Okay. See, any other little bits that I might come across, that looks as though it's been an old bit of sphagnum moss, but I'll just remove that. I don't want anything that really will retain too much water. Okay, let's just give it a little bang. Get these little bits of debris off. Right. Now I'll show you what I'm going to use. You see? It's a mixture of John Innes number 3, garden compost and perlite. So, and I'm going to add to this all this inorganic media. So that, and there's pumice in there, there's quite a lot in here. So I'm going to add all that in there now. Bring it a little bit closer. See if you'll see what I'm seeing. And let's mix all this together. I mean, for this type of an orchid, a terrestrial orchid, it's just very straightforward. It's going in the same pot, but this has been cleaned. The other one's still on the windowsill. Make sure everything's mixed before I put it in. Make sure there's no... Let's see if you're seeing what I'm seeing. Maybe take you back that way, is that better? And then you'll see what I'm doing. Alright. So, now these went fairly low down, these roots did, so let's see if I can just put a layer first. Bring this up. There we go. And you see how it just sits down in the pot there like that. And then what I'm going to do is just gently, because there's a lot of roots and I don't want to damage any, and I want to get as much as this pumice and perlite, as much as I can inside here. And then what I'll do then is I can mark the label to show that this should last now a couple of years. And then I'm able to still see what I'm doing. You see, even though I'm using soil, I'm keeping it very aerated. I'm not compacting this media down. That's why I wanted to put in all these extra stones, and the pumice is good because that will retain a little bit of moisture, and of course the lava rock. Most plants seem to like the lava rock, so we'll go with that one. And then, right. I think there's some hydrogen balls here as well. So it's going to have plenty of aeration. See the roots? Can you see how the roots are down there? So in some ways, watching Todd's video last night just prompted me to, you know, just get a look at my Phaius tankervilliae, or whichever way you want to say it. I'm rooting down in here now so I don't leave any of the stones behind, because I did, well, you know, I recycle them, and I have boiled them this morning, and I want to get as much of those in here as I can. I don't think it's going to leave me much media. I don't think there's got to be much left. So it was a good guess. I mean, I don't know what size these will flower. Just have to keep your fingers crossed. Anyway, it's going to only be a short video, this, and I'll come back shortly with the, when I'm in the grow room. Just give you a peek at how things are going on in there. Right, so that's it. Very quick. There's roots. There's roots. I've not compacted it. You'll see it's fairly loose on the top. I don't really want to stake it, and that you'd think, oh well, you might be a little bit. So what I might just do, just around this area, just to keep it a little bit firmer. Can you just see there where it's just wants to be a little bit. See, it just wants to be a little bit firmer, just down there. I'll just get some more stones and just support that area. There we go. I'll cut this leaf off. Well, I'm reluctant to cut the leaf off really, because it's just hanging on by a thread, but it's still a thread. It'll still help. So, where's my most important thing is, what have you done with the tag? So there's the tag. So that'll have another date on now. And thank you for joining me. Only a quick video, I know, but all these little jobs that have to be done. So from me to you, take care now. Bye bye.